overall vote on this thread is asshole. So this one's it's not as dark as the last two, but am I the asshole for inviting my 29 male girlfriend, 28 female, on an expensive vacation and expecting her to pay all of her share? I make a lot more than her. Hello, my girlfriend, myself, my parents, and my brother and his wife all went on vacation in another country a week ago. My brother and I were the ones who did most of the planning of the itinerary, although we did ask everyone else for input. For background, I make around $150,000 as an IT consultant. My girlfriend is a teacher, making $45,000. My parents are pretty affluent as well as my brother and sister-in-law. My girlfriend knew this trip was coming up and took on a second job waitressing on the weekends for several months to get ready for it. We have always split things 50-50 in the 2 years we have been together. There were a few times on the vacation when she did not go on outings with us, wine tastings, scuba diving, etc. She also would only eat 2 meals a day, simply stating she was on a budget. My family does favor more high-end, expensive places. My parents thought it was very strange that she only eats 2 meals a day, although she normally eats 3. When we got home, I asked her why she skipped out on several of the outings and only ate 2 meals a day. I mentioned how I heard her stomach growling one night and said I was concerned about her having an eating disorder. She got teary-eyed and said that 3 meals a day wasn't fiscally feasible for her, and neither were the outings that she'd choose not to go on. She went on 3 of 6 outings. She said she was not expecting everything to cost so much, and she was overwhelmed. She also said she doesn't know if this is going to work long term, if she is expected to go on vacations like that with people who make so much more than her. I feel bad that I did not pick up on her discomfort sooner, but we did agree to split everything 50-50, and I don't know why she agreed to come if the cost was an issue.
Because she didn't fucking know.
Also, don't you want your partner to enjoy these life experiences with you? Like, isn't that why you date someone and why you are with someone?
Or why you go on vacation?
You make $150K a year. She's a teacher doing fucking God's work, grinding. We don't pay teachers in America enough money, or I don't know what they get paid in other countries, but it's not enough.
I have a thought. When you love somebody, why would you want to put them in the position to be uncomfortable?
Right. Why would you let them sit back while you all go with your family to these things? Wouldn't that be weird?
I think the answer is... I
don't know what's not clicking.
What's missing in your brain?
Are you sitting at lunch one day and she's just sitting there with nothing and you're having an awesome meal with your family and she's just chilling
tuna
and
tartare.
It doesn't click and you have to go to her and say, yo, why are you not eating? Do you have an eating disorder?
Why?
She clearly said...
It's not fiscally.
Like what?
No. She literally said she would also only eat 2 meals a day, simply stating that she was on a budget.
Right.
You already knew she's on a budget, and you hear her stomach growling. She's clearly hungry.
And you ask if she has an eating disorder.
And you're asking us if you're the asshole?
I mean, Reddit did it for him.
Oh my God.
Reddit really did it.
But what's amazing to me is he literally did not know. That's why he made the post.
I don't.
How do you not know?
He did know.
No.
I don't know.
He
seems...
He knows he's an asshole.
He doesn't seem...
I think this guy is totally out of touch with reality, clueless. If I went on vacation with my partner and I couldn't afford the activities, so I chose, hey, I opted out. Or even, let's just say I was uncomfortable with one of the activities, because I've been on trips. We've gone on trips where our friends were doing an activity that we didn't want to join, or I personally didn't want to join. And Justin was like, well, if you don't want to do it, then let's go find something else. And he could have done that too. Oh, you can't afford to go fucking skydiving?
No, he's oblivious.
Let's just go chill on the beach.
It seems like he's literally oblivious.
He is completely oblivious. But here's on the flip side. If my partner left me alone 3 out of 6 times on a vacation, my ass would be in the hotel room crying. I would not be happy. If someone did that to me, I would be done after this trip.
Don't look at me.
He makes 3 times her income, and he is nickel and diming her.
Right, and you have to respect her for making these choices to not...
She picked up a fucking second job, and you don't think she's stressed?
And she's being a good sport about it. Like, even though it's not right, she should be the one who's writing this post. Like, yo, I went on vacation. Here's what the boyfriend and family did.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't get it.
This dude needs a fucking map.
I'm with you. I don't need to speak to hear myself talk. This one's self-explanatory. I feel for her. And I think that there must be something about him that she loves or she'd be gone. Otherwise, she needs to think this thing through because you want a man that's going to take care of you, it's going to respect you, and not put you in the position to hear your stomach growl. And and certainly not be in a position to not make sure that you have your dignity, that you have to actually succumb to dignity because you can't afford something when he easily can. There is no excuse for this. None whatsoever.
That's a really good point about dignity because he really didn't give her any.
He did not respect. He did not protect her dignity. He doesn't give a shit. As far as I'm concerned, he's a piece of crap.
No, and this girl's like a star. This girl's a champ. Yeah.
And there are plenty of men out there that would love you and respect you and never to put you in that position and really truly hold you right there on the pedestal that you belong.
And cherish you. And
this guy's not the guy.
She took a second job to prepare for the vacation.
I know. It's sad. I think the dignity is probably the most important aspect of this too, because it's like, I get you agreed to split it 50-50, but he, in a sense, was throwing her under the bus on this vacation and making her feel less than.
It's a setup for destruction.
Yeah. Would you stay in a relationship like this if you were her?
Absolutely not.
No, but people do. And that's what makes me feel so bad is people don't realize what's out there and they kind of feel like their situation is what it's supposed to be.
You know, I mean, I'm 63 years old and I've certainly loved before. And I have loved people that certainly did not love me back enough that they were protecting me from being hurt, especially by them. The one thing you want to be sure that you have in a relationship is that person has your back and will do nothing to let anyone hurt you, especially themselves. When that fails and they're the person that hurts you, then that's a problem. And maybe one time it can happen and you can have a discussion. It happens again. It's going to be a pattern and it's not going to be a happy life. So you need to walk. You need to just hold yourself high enough to just walk out the door and say, don't write, don't call, don't write.
Bye, Felicia. So top comment on this one, which has 58,000 upvotes.
Wow.
You're the asshole. You make 3 times what she does. You knew she had to take a second job to be able to go. You planned the holiday/activities. She even said while you were there that she could only afford to eat 2 meals a day. Don't plan for your budget when you know she makes so much less than you. I think it's safe to say she didn't enjoy the holiday at all. She probably found it stressful to work out what she could afford and embarrassing to have to skip meals. And someone else goes, and she probably couldn't even actually really afford what she did spend. She'll probably need months to recover the savings.
It makes me sick. The whole story just makes me feel sick.
Yeah, this next comment though, and this is like, I think I was thinking in my head, I don't know if I've said it out loud yet, but what does this relationship look like when they get married? Does he still expect this to be 50-50? What does a life for them look like? So this person comments and they go, do you expect her to do this the rest of your lives? Also, 50-50 is only fair when both parties make roughly the same amount. It takes her nearly 3 years to make your yearly salary. I get that it's hard to sympathize when you're not able to experience the situation for yourself, but maybe try talking to her with an open mind and see if this situation actually works or if she's just trying to please you. Yeah. Splitting 50-50 isn't fair when the one person is struggling to stay afloat.
You know, everything goes very cyclical in life. People have successes and they have failure. This guy has a failure and he falls on his face.
You better be with a partner that genuinely cares for you.
Let me ask you a question, buddy. While you're sitting there hungry and she's out, and she's had some good success and good luck from her hard work, what are you going to do when she's out eating?
He's going to call his parents.
And your stomach's growling. I mean, think about it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, she's clearly with you because she loves you, Because one, you're treating her pretty shitty, and it's not about the money because you're making her pay her way despite having significantly less. She's not with you for the money.
There's a partnership here. Be a partner.
Not
a dickhead.
No, and I like this comment. I make nearly 3 times what my husband does. Guess what we do? Split costs proportionally based on our incomes. The only exception is our cars. You buy it, you are responsible for the payments, and you need to make sure it's in your budget.
Yeah.
Strong, you're the asshole. Yeah, and the overall vote all across the board, asshole. I mean, everyone really gets it. Comments, too. My heart broke for this girl. Not only did she work extra jobs just to afford to go along when she got there, much of what she was offered was beyond her means. And then he had the unmitigated gall to ask her about it on the idea that she might have a fucking eating disorder, and he's afraid he might not have been attuned to his girlfriend and her finances because, after all, they have agreed to split 50-50. You're the asshole. Doesn't even begin to approach the depth of assholery going on here. Not just from the OP, though he absolutely gets the lion's share, but also from the rest of the family. She needs to wipe her tears and kick this one to the curb to sit with the rest of the trash.
Yep.
And that comment really puts it into perspective too, because if the parents are very affluent and well off, and the parents were okay with leaving one person behind, fucking snobs. My mom is the most generous person, and you're very generous too. You take care of people. You invite people everywhere. You include people. My mom is always like the first to be like, oh, no, I got it. Like, as a parent, my mom would take her kids and their significant others on vacation and buy the dinner. Why were the parents not doing that? Like,
No idea.
Why were the parents okay with watching this girl sit behind,
Well,
leaving her alone in the hotel?
Yeah, but it speaks to exactly
Who he became.
Exactly.
But you know what you'd be marrying into as well. A lifetime of feeling less than.
Right.
They truly don't give a fuck about her to leave her behind.
No.
Well, on that note, that's put him in rice.
Yeah, but the bottom line is we don't know how to have a conversation with her. Too bad.
I know. We need someone that's really good at hacking to find his IP and then find her.
Ugh.
OP's girlfriend, if you're out there, run. But what'd you think of Put Him in Rice? It makes sense now, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It does. I just didn't.
I would
expect
actually
that
put him in
last one.
tar.
Tar and feathers.
Tar the guy. Let him just let him just sink to the bottom of the pit like a dinosaur.
I think put him in rice.
Look for his bones in a million years.
Like, I know we say a lot that common sense isn't so common, but with these people, it's just like, I don't know. People that are
they're narcissists.
Well, they're just so clueless, and people that can never see it from another person's shoes.
Why is she still there?
They lack empathy or even...
Why is she still with
because
this
people
guy?
get stuck in things like that, and they think that that's normal. That's how it is, and that's what love is, and it's so sad. I think there's been a lot of stories like that where people just get stuck in it.
Well, and their ages too. They're 28 and 29. I'm trying to look at how long they've been dating.
And it's hard to compare until you have someone that truly has your back, truly cares for you, is in a real relationship with you. How else do you know? I mean, yes, you see the Hollywood perfect.
But you don't think that's attainable.
Right.
Yeah, because it's
I have
a lot. But so I have 2 comments. Based on what you said, I think when we watched that Daniel Sloss documentary, he says, like, you need to love yourself more than 20%. You need to love yourself more than 50%. You need to love yourself, we might not be 100%, but you need to love yourself. Because if you only love yourself 25% and someone comes along and gives you 50%, then you're at 75, but you only loved yourself 25 and they're giving you 50. So for you, you feel like they love you so, so, so much, but it's still not what you deserve. And I also think people get wrapped up in this idea of, well, I've been with my partner for 4 years. I'm 30. I don't want to start over. My clock is ticking.
I don't even think it's an age thing sometimes, though. You hear people come out of high school in 5-year relationships, and they're like, well, we've been together for so long.
It is the way that is.
When you're in it, though, and things are wrong, and you kind of get stuck in that cycle, you feel like this is your person that you'll work it out. This is going to be it.
Yeah.
You really think, and then as soon as you get out and you see it, hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
Then you're just like, what was I doing?
Yeah. Baffles me. I saw something the other day where like you should like, yes, every relationship is going to have highs and lows, but a lot of times relationships for people are like drug highs. Like you have this fight and then you make up and like your love is so intense that it's very, our brains process it in a way that's very similar to a drug. Mm-hmm. But that's not how love is supposed to be. And this famous psychologist or doctor was talking about this and he's like, love should feel safe. It should feel calm. And if you're going through that withdrawal and that drug-like experience with your love, it's not healthy. And it's like this poor girl. Like, do you feel safe with your partner? Like for a lot of these toxic, the dark ones we got into, do you feel safe? Do you feel love?
This reminds me of a friend of mine, lives in another state, and she would travel with somebody. And she was with this fellow for a number of years. And sometimes he would just blow up and kick her out of the room or whatever. It was stupid. And
while they were traveling?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what did she do?
She left. She went to the airport. She flew home and they worked it out and they went out again. She says, and then it got to the part where he wants to get married. And she says, I don't trust you.
No.
I don't trust the fact at the end of the day that you're not going to do it to me again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, one mistake on her part.
Because you've done this on a couple occasions.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I thought about the lady who threw away all the pictures.
That's
the exact thought I had.
Yeah, it's just
too big of a mistake.
I mean, there's some passion there and there's some great stuff going on, but let me tell you, there are some deep-seated, he doesn't have her back.
No.
And it makes, as a friend, I feel bad because I know that she would
cared
love to have
him,
that life, but wrong person. And I hope that you find the right person.
No, and I've ended friendships for the same reason. I've ended friendships because I didn't feel safe and supported and cared for. Life is too short.
You were down in Dallas, Texas.
I was in Dallas, Texas.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I called you crying. I said, this friend, you guys, was the most toxic friend I've ever had.
Bad friend, get out of that.
Bad friend, and life is too short to have people like that in your life. And we'll get into that one more on another Friends episode. It'll come up because losing friends is hard, but sometimes you can't put them in rice, and you just got to cut them out. And so that's that.
Is that our show?
That's our show.
Sometimes the phone just ends up at the bottom of the lake, and you don't even have the opportunity to put it in rice.